I know what you're thinking. Can I say the title of this movie 3 times fast? We'll see. Martha, Marcy, May, Marlene is written and directed by Sean Durkin. It stars Elizabeth Olsen, John Hawkes, Sarah Paulson, and Hugh Dancy. The story is of a young woman named Martha, among her other names, who flees from an abusive cult led by John Hawkes' character Patrick. Lucy, Martha's older sister, receives a call one day asking her to come and pick her up. Martha has been missing for 2 years, and her sister has no idea where she has been. Martha goes to live with her and her husband 3 hours away from where she was in the Catskill Mountains. She tries to assimilate herself into their family the best she can, but her paranoia gets the better of herself and she has the distinct suspicion that she is being watched by Patrick and his cult at every moment. This movie was very odd and I had a pretty hard time following it. I had a basic idea of the story and what was going on with her character, but I had a hard time just really grasping the very idea of what was happening. So once the movie was done, I went on to Wikipedia and looked at the plot outline, and when I read what it was about, then I was able to fully grasp what the movie was about. The movie flashes back and forth between when she's with her sister and when she's with the cult, because certain actions that she does with the sister go back to what she learned what to do with the cult, like what they taught her to do and the morals that they implemented into her and the lifestyle she had adapted to. There are several times throughout this film where we transition from her being in her sister's to her being with the cult and vice versa. An example of this is when she's on a boat with her sister's husband and she prepares to go swimming. She gets on the edge of the boat, jumps, and she jumps down into this little pond area with the other cult members. I really didn't have too many issues with this film. One of the problems that I had was that we never get an explanation for why or how she's in this cult. And another girl comes into the cult and she teaches her kind of their ways of life. And we never understand why these girls are there, like what their purpose is, like if they were neglected by society or if their family just abandoned them and gave them nothing to support themselves with. One thing I found quite unique about this film is the way that it's directed. A lot of the times the director does these tracking shots where you just do a wide shot and it's just this long tracking shot. And then what he'll do is that when the scene kind of reaches its dramatic climax, he will kind of slow it down or stop it, and then he'll just zoom in really slowly just to kind of focus you on this one little action happening, and then he'll just move the camera to where the action is going on after that. So just kind of that idea of storytelling where it's more zooming in than just wide shot, move the camera itself forward. Because as anyone knows who studies film, zooming in has a very different effect on storytelling than just moving the camera itself. So overall, this is an interesting film that I recommend anyone see if they are at all interested. This isn't for everyone, but I think that most people find this to be a very intriguing piece of work. I give Martha, Marcy, May, Marlene 3.5 out of 5 stars. Oh, and by the way, Martha, Marcy, May, Marlene, Martha, Marcy, May, Marlene, Martha, Marcy, May, Marlene. Yeah, now I'm just showing off, aren't I?